Between Victor's passing and his funeral the following week, it seems like we are in the midst of a hurricane. Even Philip's return went much more smoothly than we had anticipated. We might just want to take advantage of this respite while it lasts, since something is wrong with Gwen. Leo and Dimitri are poised to blow up, Sarah is about to burst, and Dick Van Dyke's presence threatens to hit far harder than we could have ever imagined. Kumbaya and Kyriakis, two significant admissions were halted by labor pains. That is very solemn. The distinction is that while I believe Sloane was initially more eager to confess, I have a hunch her secret will eventually come to light when she least expects it. Although Sarah seemed more hesitant, I believe she will eventually tell Xander everything, unless EJ truly persuades him to join that awful kill Ava plot. However, Xander has changed since she left, as evidenced by his response to Chloe harboring Philip in their house, and Sarah is becoming more and more interested in that. We should end this Rex romance sooner rather than later, because saying, "I can learn to love him," is a definite way to enter a disastrous marriage. Not that I disagree with Chloe and Belle's call to show some compassion, but is Brady's fury really misguided? Like, sure, Philip was mentally ill, but as he noted, doing time and receiving care are the purposes of Bayview. From a plot perspective, there isn't much value in punishing him because doing so would place him in jail or prison, and Philip has already had a long leave. However, just because he received assistance doesn't mean he shouldn't go through the legal process. So be it. I like Rachel so much better with the Dimmers, so how about we put a stop to Brady's scheme? Brady believes that acting nicely will help him win Rachel back. Deal out. Paulina is acting just how I anticipated she would become mayor. She is imposing the law, letting everyone know that she is in command, and she will be in charge of making things happen. I'm delighted for her to have this function if they don't plan on turning her into a powerful businesswoman in Salem, though I'm still a little concerned about what this implies for Abe going forward. If he does, John Steve, and he might be. White patch carver, black patch carve. Let's discuss that a little, I don't know. However, the who'll be the next commissioner drama has already come to an end, and the status quo has been reinstated. I was even beginning to like this carefree Raph. Jada had my full support. I think Sean's rock bottom should have hit me harder elsewhere in the SPD. Considering suicide or self-harm, like he did, is painful, challenging, and serious. However, I believe it is falling flatter than it should because the program has diluted this narrative so much and hasn't given Brandon Beamer enough chance to properly stretch his wings. I noticed last week how quickly Sean was being thrown into rock bottom, but it wasn't fast because of how little time we saw on screen. Rather, it was fast because of how little time there was. It hurt to see him pull out the pistol, and I have no doubt that it had a strong impression on those people who have battled, but this should have affected me far more. However, it did persuade me to temper my irritation with his whining, so I guess it had some impact. However, I don't believe this to be the end. Prior to Victor pushing him over the edge, we had assumed he was doing better. Given how concerned Belle is about Sean rejoining the force, it won't take much to make him uneasy once more. I'm sure there will be more to come. Combining the elements, how is Gwen doing now that they have returned from their non-honeymoon? She's changed her attitude, and all of a sudden I feel like she knows a lot more than she's been letting on. Did she figure anything out on the flight? Simply too many coincidences, perhaps. Has she understood what's going on all along, and she's just sick of being foolish and irritated by how dim Dimitri and Leo find her to be? I have no idea what's happening, but I like this change a lot. Clearly this story's conclusion is at hand. Leo's drag turn was sweeter than I believe we anticipated, especially when we saw that he and Dimitri loved one another, but there's no way this can continue now that Stefan and Gabby know what's going on. However, they are attempting to portray Dimitri and Leo as the victims who were compelled into an improbable circumstance in order to be together. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.